Hey you thirsty bastard, I hope you all have a great day so far. We are back with another Thursday, and this time on Thursday, and not Friday, because I messed that up last week. But yes, we are back on track as normal, and we gotta start today with the best doggo, Chulainn. I remember first time I saw him, I actually think I saw him before I actually started with Fate and all that many years ago. I saw like a random image and I was like, what is this for weirdo in a blue spandex? That was pretty much my initial thought about him. But the more you, I mean, especially I like when they, this I think looks a little bit, yeah, it's too much blue, you know? It doesn't really, I mean, it's, you know, when it becomes too much of one color, this is actually way better, I think, you know? Because the silver coloring, it breaks the outfit, you know, in parts, and in general looks just much better in my opinion. That is, I like that. Seriously, I think that looks lit as heck, actually. Not sure how the shirt works. I need to see the back side. I guess it's like connected somehow there. And then this... Sweet baby raptors. And the tattoo is actually really cool. Chulainn, Celt mythology, Ulster, Ireland, lawful neutron. Ireland? You know why they're such courageous bosses in Ireland? Because they're they're yokes miss. Oh well. Oh man, he's taller than me, but I'm heavier than him. Fuck. Oh well. Strength B, Constitution C, Agility A, Magic C, Luck E. Well, NP B. Is it only B? I mean, I thought it would actually be higher, but the luck, I'm not surprised. I mean, it is the entire meme. Even I know about that. And I don't know too much Fate memes, because... Yeah. But, yeah, Chulainn there. Magic resistance C. Invalidate. Magic with chant 2 vases or less. Divinity B. Defines whether or not one possesses divine spirit aptitude. The higher it is, the more one is mixed race of physical divine spirit. Chulainn inherits the blood of the god of light Lug, one of the Tuta de Danana. I didn't actually remember that. Holy shit. He's a god boy. Damn. Skills, better continuation A. He's better giving up. This is not a method one to preserve one's own dominance, but simply the karma that induces the pride of Celtic warriors who does not stop fighting until last breath. It is possible for him to fight even on the verge of death, surviving as long as his injury is not decisively lethal. Man, what would that do with, like, Vikings? And that he just bit randomly, you know, like, we have, like, so far as I know, we have, like, seen 2 grand classes, like, Grams, the Grand Assassin, Solomon, Grand Caster. They probably have more others that is showcased, but I haven't seen that yet because I try to not spoil myself. I said, and it really makes me wonder. I really do actually hope that Berserk is the Grand Berserker is an Viking, because just like Hassan, you know, first Hassan. Literally, the word assassin is derived from him. I think, at least. Hopefully, I'm not completely wrong about that. Is Berserk derived from Norse mythology? That Berserk actually means bear, the animal, and serk, like a shirt or a cape. Because these warriors, when they were like fighting up, they literally have like these bear pelts on them, or wolf pelts as well. It could be wolf, it could be bear, and then they worked up the rage. So Berserk actually comes from, like, in Sweden we call it Björn Sark, if roughly translation from back then. So I think I just thought that would be interesting. I really hope so. And sadly, it's not Eric. Protection against projectiles. As long as the shooter is within his visibility, he will be able to seize all manners of thrown weapon with his bare eyes and deal with them. However, it is not applicable to super long distance direct attacks or attacks with extensive range. Damn. Disengage C4. He explode and go bye-bye! The ability to withdraw from battle. It also returns disadvantage battle to the turn it began, turn 1, and skills conditioned to its initial values. Damn. That's good shit. What is even... I have no idea. I got... But couldn't appreciate a second look from more native moon. What? It's a Buddhist term that means karma, but it can also mean deed, work, performance, act. I feel like it's... Karma is more correct one here, because Sidiku is big on this sort of stuff. But native moon runers do correct me if I'm... But native moon... What? What is that even? Adding on info from scene 3, you can deal with most projects even in a condition where the opponent cannot be visually seen. Yeah, that is correct. I mean, he do that like when fighting Hassan in Heaven's Field. Even oh, he even mentioned it. Even in the battle with Hassan Sabah, he counts a throwing sword hurling from a dark. Yeah, there we have it. Oh, snappy dude. As long as it attacks his front type, he can avoid even noble phantoms, but he can't gain effect of this protection with respect to wide range attack types, where the attack range of weapon explodes on impact, or direct attack by weapon at simply long reach. Just a trivia, but restart or re-engage is actually a close translation. Cool. Okay. Thinking about it like that, protection from arrows is actually insane. You know? If you can even dodge MPs and all of that. I mean, as I said, if it's something that detonates, obviously he can't avoid that. If it's a large area, it makes sense. Like it's a big bomb, so to speak. Like Archer, you know, Nameless. Or Emiya, Mamma Mia. That shoot, and even if he avoids it, he doesn't get protection from the explosion. But still, it is an insane ability. Gaibog! The Spear of Piercing Thorn. I had a Gaibog, I say. The one big thruster we all want. Hitting correct, plus 100. What? Upon hitting, adds a damage in proportion to enemy's HP. Aha, a little bit of D&D there, I see. The Spear of Curse that would always pierce through the enemy's heart once it's thrusted. The Thorn of Sudden Death utilizing the demonic Spear Gaibog. Its true nature is the demonic technique, where the spear was unleashed towards the enemy after the spear had already struck the enemy's heart. In other words, it's the reversal of cause and effect. And it always fucks me up how that works, you know? Because it is just... It's especially if you think, you know, you're trying to think logical, you know? Like, if you thrust a spear and you pierce someone's heart, that's the entire motion. But this is reversed. I mean, it's still so weird to me. I'm thinking way too logical for this thing, you know, this ability. It is a spear that possesses the effect of already striking the heart. Thus, no matter what the enemy would do, it would always pierce through. Because the action is done after creating a result, neither defense nor evasion is possible against it. In evading Gailborg, what needed is not high agility, but luck. The ability to change fate before Gailborg is invoked. The magical energy needed to this Noble Phantasm activation is low, and extremely efficient of killing in each blow makes for an excellent Noble Phantasm. Could also mean stamina, physical strength, but it wouldn't make sense, context here, and we know of GB already. GB? Oh, Gailborg, right? So, it's literally only luck that can protect you from this shit. If not, yeah, otherwise somehow manage to, you know, avoid fate, so to speak. And I do think it's pretty, I mean, obviously it's, in that regard, it's pretty weak, because you can only, it's for one target. But you can deploy it pretty many times instead, and all of that. So, in a duel, obviously, it's extremely strong. character. Even if one is a close friend of his, as long as they are enemy, he would laugh on his own bad luck as exchange of blows to death with them. Even if one is the enemy of his parent, as long as they are allies, he would persist in protecting them until the end of his vow. Such is how he lives, abiding to the characteristic way of thinking of the Celtic warriors. During battle, he is extremely pragmatic, not shying away even from performing surprise attack from behind. He displayed the heartlessness where, if ordered, he would even kill ordinary persons so as to seal their mouth. Yeah, Shiro knows that. He excelled in defense, unparalleled in regard to skills to survive combats. By the same token, he has a temperament of an elder brother, one who is refreshingly wild yet helpful. He's so wild, rough, savage, yet affable. At his root, he's frankly loyal and faithful man. But be they friend or foe, he would proactively chat those he likes, not discourage even if he's ignored. Truly the legendary protagonist of Celt mythology. He has a special regard towards dogs from the origin of his name, as well the geese. Code geese, or goose, from during his life. As such, he loathes when the word dog is said in a contemptuous manner. Yeah, I agree. Dogs are awesome. I love dogs. I love cats. I like animals in general. You know, I'm just saying, dogs are cool. I know obviously there is not everyone. We all are different, obviously. I'm just saying. His hobbies are outdoor activities such as fishing, diving, and mountain climbing. His favorite thing are strong-willed women and reckless promises. The more I just read about, the more I like him. And now it makes sense why he's like, you know, we're selling fish in Cooking with Amiya. Things he dislikes are roundabouts plans as well as reckless promise. He likes them, but he also hates it. Okay. However, the ones he had deep connection with during his life were mainly the latter. His noble fantasy, which upon unleashed would even always pierce the heart. The spear of piercing death thorn, Georg. One can say that it's essentially a noble fantasy that symbolized the distinctiveness of the Holy Grail War, with it being a conflict made happen by magic. Seriously, I mean, when thinking about Fate, Chulainn is definitely like one of the first characters you think of, like with Artoria, Archer, and well, Chulainn. Well, we have of course like Gilgamesh and all that, but I mean, considering that he had been seen so much, but think about it. How many did he actually kill in the animes, as I remember? I mean, generally, even if you have this like, oh, he can literally reverse effect and the cause, you know, and all of that. It seems like he doesn't get many kills at all. I mean, he killed Shiro, but he got resurrected by Rin. And who else? I mean, I know in Unlimited Blade Works he kills Kirei. I remember. And who else? I know he died a lot. That I know. And he probably killed some others that I really don't remember at this moment. But he gets shafted a lot. That luck E sucks, man. Motives and attitude to what master. From the perspective of a third party, the manner of his death during his lifetime may look like a tragedy, but he himself will consent in meeting his death. Due to that, he has no particular wish to entrust the Grail. That is something I seem to be most of his servants, actually. Most of them doesn't seem to have any real wish or anything like that. If forced to say, he responds to some in order to challenge powerful heroes to a worthy battle. Aha! However, ironically, during the Holy Grail War that he had participated until now, there are numerous of times where he was given the mission that he did not wish for. Reconnaissance. One may well say that it's due to the Master's plan, but also due to his high-level speed and close combat ability that are characteristic of Lancer class. While he would voice his complaints and discontent, and the Foundation is faithful towards his master, even with complaints, he would perform his simple duties. I'll be taking that heart of yours. Arr, scary. He turned to a pirate suddenly. Let's go accept this one blow as a tribute. Oh, blow? Gaybo? Don't think we are the same. I ain't got any interest for second life to begin with. Well, heroes are a bunch who mostly just ain't go any... We don't really adhere to this world. We just persist in regrets of things we didn't get to accomplish. Not like a greedy, vengeful spirit like you would understand. Oh well, he sounds angry. I'm not a vengeful spirit. Historical depiction. A hero told in Ireland Ulstersphere of Celt mythology, also known as the Child of Light, to his father being the god of light, Lug. His childhood name is Setanta. Oh yeah, that is true. I remember that name. Or Setanta. Santa? Why don't we have a Santa skin for Chulainn? During his childhood, he made this mistake of killing the watchdog of the master smith Chulainn. He then vowed to be his watchdog in his stead, become known with the name of Chulainn, which holds the meaning of the Hound of Chulainn. Growing up, he served the Ulster king Conchobar Mac Nessa, winning fame as the greatest brave warrior of the Order of Red Branch. When he was 16, he proceeded under Scatash, who ruled over the land of shadows. Learning under her, he was given the secrets of leaping, jumping, as well the demonic spear technique of Gaibog, in the tale of Taimbo Qualingi. I can't read Irish. He fought alone against the army invading Ulster that he had received an order from the Queen of Connacht, Medb. At the end of his continuous day and night of fighting, he was pressed with the contradiction of the vow to not eat dog meat and to not refuse hospitality. Not only he ended up losing the freedom of his left hand. What? He also had no choice but let go of his demonic spear at the behest of the poets. Under such condition where he was not allowed to fight fair and square as a hero, he lost his life before long. Okay. So that kind of explains a little bit more about Medb and Chulainn's connection, especially like in, Murka, the singularity and all of that. And it's really interesting, actually. I mean, I know it was mentioned before and all, but, reading up all about it. In-game depiction. In the prologue, a blaze contained City Fuyuki, as well as the fifth captain, North American Myth Great War, a pluribus unum. The different aspects of Chulainn made appearance in class beside Lanza. Among others, Chulainn and Queen Medb, whom he is deeply tied with, were both key persons, especially in the fifth chapter. The scenario depicted the warped love and hate towards Chulainn, just like depicted in the Tain Bo Qualingi. That was odd names. To add, her master also made an appearance as Lanza Scatash, the queen of land of shadow and the one who gave her the demonic spear Gaibog. His personal quest depicted the world of the savage and purely violent worlds of the Celt warriors of when Chulainn was still alive. This actually makes me think a little bit, seeing Scatash and all that. Why don't we get, as I understand, and so far what I've seen, which I think is a little sad actually, like so far all like the Christmas events and summer events, all characters that get, adapted to it, like summer servants and all that, have all been female. But like, what can we get like an Santa Chulainn or Summer Chulainn, like as he's dressed in Carnival Fantasy, like with his flower Hawaii shirt or something like that? I would love that. Seriously. Depiction in Pulsework. In Fates the Night, it bears the devastation development of killing the protagonist straight from the beginning. There's also a route where he becomes a dependable ally, although it's a development that inherits Fates the Night prototype short stories development where the three knights of Saber, Archer, and Lancer ends up fighting together with the protagonist. Ooh. In Hollow Ataraxia, he sets up a fishing line in Fuyuki Harbor as accompanies the protagonist, while telling of his personal experience during his life. Also appeared in Fate Exorcism with a science... Oh yeah. At least Extella I've seen. I like the idea that he actually just letting you like, I'm just gonna sit there fishing. Connection to other characters. The master he respects, although he secretly worries for her. Really? Is this woman gonna be okay like this? If this gets out, it's totally getting ripped through pieces. Ouch. Kelsom, the elder brother figure Fergus is obvious, but he also deeply tied with those whose generation cycle came after his, such as Finn McCumhay and Dearmood. However, he does feel that they sure are somewhat more gentlemanly compared to those of his own time. Man, Fergus, man. And Mia, about to settle the matter for good, aggressively. Man, she has all been a pain in the ass of a woman, but really, this much? Also, she died by cheese, which is actually pretty epic when you think about it. But I kind of like that, and you know, I can see that Fergus and Chulainn being like broskies, like, yeah, bro fisting each other, or fisting, depending what they like, I don't know. Just like Emilia, his first stage ascension doesn't really differ from the original design. We go with the concept of here, if he is designed at present time. Upon consideration, I wonder if I should have made some more modifications. Takushi. I think it's pretty good, actually. I mean, the thing is that a design can easily be, you know, too much, you know? At times, a simple design and all of that is enough, honestly. You know? It's easy to be like, they're gonna pump in a ton of things, lots of details, which while can look cool, but it's a fucking hell to actually continue drawing, you know? And I will say, like, I like Chulainn. Seriously, I do. It's not only for the memes, you know, and our best Dogo and all of that. I genuinely like him. The design of him and the concept of him as a character, you know, I just think it's really cool. And as said, when you're looking at him like this, his design doesn't look crazy or anything like that, really, you know? It's nothing like full of details. It's actually rather simplistic, but yet it's such a design that we all like, well, we see this and like, man, that's Chulainn. Like, he still had this very distinguished style over him. He's like Sonic with a spear and cool. And seeing all this, I feel bad for him though, you know, like in all the movies and series that he always ending up dying. Most people do it with a shirt, then again, but still, I think it's really fun to see him in the games and in general. I think he's a cool character, well made, and pretty awesome to see. So yeah, Chulainn, definitely a good character, in my opinion. He's a bit of an... he have lots of things going on, definitely, as a character, you know. But I think it's well made in general. I mean, he's a character that's obviously been well polished, you know. They worked with him a long time. They have kept up working and updating and making, you know, it's lots of work to make it a good character, you know. Had he been released just like that, the opinion probably would have been different. And that is the thing, you know, like with Altera and stuff like that. As I know, I only know Altera from the little I've seen in FGO, and that is why I can form an opinion about. I can't form an opinion about things I don't know yet. And like Chulainn, we have already so much, so it's easy to form an opinion. What do you think, and if you like or dislike him or anything like that. But yeah, it's a good character. Oh, and Elizabeth Bathory. Those shoes, man, look like incredible stabbery. I'm just saying. I do like the little... There's a little pig deer. Oh, man, I didn't realize that. A little bacon. But yeah, this is a character that is seemingly popular. I am not sure why. I mean, I think this dress and all that, it looks really cute. That is actually really nice. I actually like this one better than this one. Haha! Why is this? It's no image. It's been blocked by the police. But this one is pretty good as well. The major problem I think I have with this is like, oh yeah, we need to show you know the skin is as much skin as possible, but not enough to be completely illegal. Like, you know. So this one is much better actually. And it's very cool little ribbon on her tail. That's actually a nice little detail. Though it actually looks kind of painful actually. She literally seemed heavy. She literally put ribbons into her legs. That's pretty hardcore. Goddamn. And this is a bit different. Well, you know, we get to see a little bit different poses and stuff like that. Lancer, Elizabeth Bathory, historical chaotic evil. She's chaotic evil. You never get that idea when you see her in the game. Legit, you don't. Then again, she's more of this, how to say it? She is very naive. You know? Chaotic evil, 154. Oh, she's so short. Strength Z. Constitution D. Agility E. Magic A. Look. What are you doing, cat? MPD. Magic resistance. In actual, she generally has dragon blood mixed. Oh! She herself doesn't realize she has the skill, but the capacity equates that of Toria. Oh yeah, it makes sense. I mean, the entire list. I was more thinking on actual lizard than dragon, but it because everyone called her a lizard and all of that. So when they're now stating like dragon, like wait, dragon? Is it not a lizard? Then again, a dragon is technically, I guess, in a way, a big lizard like a Spitfire. Territory creation B, creating a prison castle, confining the maidens and squeezing their blood. That's awful. Holy shit. Interesting though that, as I said there, normally an ability belongs to the caster class, but she can use it anyways. But that is literally... I mean, that is something I feel like... I don't mind that they're making characters, you know, kawaii desu and all that. I think that is okay, like, this is super cute and all that. But you don't getting this idea that she is pure... I mean, this is creating the prison castle, confining maidens, squeezing their blood out to bathe in it. I mean, that is some legit hardcore evil shit right there. And even if I knew that she did that, but I thought that was more aimed at Carmilla, you know, the one she became, rather than this. And I think that is like, okay, they made her super cute pop idol style thing going on there, you know. Then again, I mean, many characters that are chaotic evil, you don't really get the idea that they are actually. So I'm not gonna think about too much about that. I just find like squeezing their blood out, like what? Charisma C, represent her coercion as a ruling class. By means of the aid of a peculiar legend, this skill is ranked up against women, and usually she has a streak of cleanliness against men. And while she is fond of using tools against them, she rarely directly touched them. Okay. Torture technique A. Yay! A! At rank A, she possesses an excellent technique for tortures. Apply plus correction for damage dealt using torture device. In her case, apply another plus correction for damage dealt against the woman. She used fucking torture, guys! And she's good at it! The strength of one's lives during predicament to this battle continuation B. It is a skill that makes it possible for one to fight even on the verge of death, surviving as long as one injury is not decisively fatal, but in her case it becomes an ability to show up brazen no matter how many times she is beaten. Since I have battle continuation, it's not embarrassing no matter how many times I show up, she says. But is this truly a chaotic evil creature that have excellent torture ability and squeeze the blood out of girls? Yeah, I know they say, never judge a book by its cover. And damn, what this book have inside is fucking terrifying. Rank E, anti-noble Bathory, bloody demoness. Maximum, 10,000? Oh, that's a lot. Noble fantasy summoned the castle that Elizabeth had reigning during her life, the stage that makes herself most prominent. Its other name is the prison castle Chichi, the very demonic castle where she had once tortured and killed countless number of white maidens. That sounds right. Above the stage, the castle that had been modified into a gigantic amplifier as it is, she performs a devastatingly off-key song. The descent of the stage of hell. It's the key point is the hell of supersonic breath. Whether this harshness is due to the song or the shock is left to your conclusion. Yep. Man. Seriously? Sweet type. Torture technique. Squeeze the blood out. Sweet type servant. How? I find that a little bit... I mean, this is like an extreme case of waifuism. I'm just saying, this is extreme. Like, yikes. I mean, I don't mind that. I think it's fine. I mean, obviously, these characters are not supposed to be... I mean, it's not completely historical correct, obviously, you know? They take liberties, and I'm completely fine with that, because this is not supposed to be completely... It's fiction, you know? They're taking characters and adapt them slightly, of course, till our... Well, what they are today, so to speak. So, and I'm okay with that. It probably otherwise could have been a bit boring. Probably not, but it is adding, you know, a bit more oomph and style to the entire thing. But when I feel like this is like one of these characters that is like, yeah, you know what? We're gonna take this and make this an waifu of greatest sort. But she likes torture and she likes squeeze blood of you. Oh, do. Waifu. Okay. I assume it works. Due to servants being summoned with the figure of their heyday, Lisa is summoned as the most beautiful, as she was most beautiful as far as she concerned, with the butt of fortune before her marriage and his hero. 14 years old? Like, what? Carmilla is way better than that, in my opinion, but, you know, I like Badunkas. I've said that before. What exists within are no other than the mind towards love. Love that she dreamt up to her time of marriage, her imprisonment as a devil, and the memory of nightmare on the verge of death. Hence, the madness has made her confused between her way of being as noble daughters and the affliction of nightmare. Okay, this explains a little bit more about the, you know, why she is so as she is. High-class, domineering, atrocious, ruthless, all the inhuman qualities as her legend has shown herself, and yet she herself is a maiden who dreams of love. Okay. Her timid nature become her own ruin, looking at only the result. She helped her comrades, overlooked her enemies, and fell in love with her master. She ends up showing the bearers of line of human goodness, and basically, well, can't really say she is not a heroic spirit. What? This is I'm a little bit confused actually. Her timid nature. You know what timid is actually, alright? It's definitely... She's shown everything except being timid. You know? She's been very, like, on the face, you know? She herself is like being described as, you're actually a good person, aren't you? She isn't. To add to her not showing interest to anything but her own beauty. Actually, she's extremely strained from knowledge and experience that are sexual in nature. Yes, because she's 14. I'm just saying, this is starting to get weird. When summoned again as a servant, she become aware of the job known as a Japanese idol. And from that day, after she proclaimed herself the idol servant, completely and seriously devoting her body and soul in playing the part of an idol. As a result, she ended up looking like a girl who didn't know any better. For Liz, the existence known as the idol is the first that had ever gave her such a girlish happiness. She has absolute confidence in her singing voice, but her music seems way too distant from the norm. For normal people, her singing ends up like just a form of torture. Makes sense. She's a torture machine after all. Okay, so yeah, I remember people mentioning this, like she is, yeah, you know, taking and decide to become an idol and all of that things. Because as it is, we know that servants are summoned, they're getting like knowledge about the era they are summoned into, so to speak. So they have like all knowledge needed. So it would make sense that she like, oh, I want to be an idol, but I find it like this: to add to her not showing interest to anything but her own beauty, and actually is extremely strained from knowledge and experience that are sexual nature. That is, I mean, she's 14. I mean, sure, you can be 14 and Hornacek, but but considering that most part that play this game probably is not 14, I'm just saying, it turns a bit weird if it would continue with that. But I'm feeling like that there is an disparity between. I mean, that they're painting up this like, oh man, she's this horrible monstrosity, which she was, but she also is like, oh, she's super cute. She's a sweet servant. Like, it really, it it is like, in a way, it reminds me of Gay Ball. The reverse effect. Like, my brain can't really comprehend it. Like, it kind of clashes a little bit there. I don't mind that characters can be, evil characters can be doing good things. Obviously, I think that is just making them more realistic, because nothing is like pure evil and stuff like that. This has confused me a little bit, actually. As a servant, she is friendly and acknowledges the magus that is a master as someone who understands the uniqueness of summoning a super idol like her. She would diligently lend him her hand. She has a strong responsibility towards the job she has been assigned to, and would mostly cooperate with the master's objective. While that attitude was stern from how she was born as a noble who engaged in ruling and controlling mass in a serious manner, as far as the list is concerned, rule and control are, in other words, that's creepy. Her thoughts come from how hurting human fur is the usual state of things, no different from breathing, and she is utterly cruel and merciless towards the enemy. Because she completely does not understand the pain of others, there perhaps exists within her lineage of circumstances, disposition, desposito, of recognizing for the first time that this living being is human upon seeing others in pain. Yeah, I mean, it's obviously like, in a way, that she's so extremely naive and doesn't understand. But at the same time, I find this a little bit, I mean, obviously that is kind of her shtick, she doesn't realize that she caused pain and all of that. But let's see, where was that part? Here. As a result, she ended up looking at for the extent known as other. When summoned again as a servant, she became aware of the job known as Japanese idol. There is that thing, like, she became aware of that. How come that she didn't become aware about, torture hurts people, how does it, I mean, obviously, I assume part of her would be like, oh, she ignores that, but then it doesn't go well with the disposition recognized for the first time that this living being is a human. It kind of contradicts each other there a little bit, I feel like. It's like, I mean, I would assume she maybe pushed that away. Like, she refused to acknowledge that, man, I cause pain. I cause lots of torture, I hurt people. At least what I assume. I mean, that is the problem, I feel like, when they're trying so hard to make, which, I mean, I know I say it like a shtick here, but it is obvious, like, waifuism. They're trying to make it an appealing waifu, because it sells. Even if I don't understand why couldn't they make her an actual adult? But, yeah. Still, I mean, I don't hate her by no means. Definitely not. I think there are worse servants, definitely. But this is making me confused, actually. Like, they literally taking out pieces like, yeah, when you summon, you learn things of this era, And I'm pretty sure one of the things you would learn is that, oh, you know, torture, it hurts people. Who had known? You know? But she picked up, oh, Japanese idol, that's what I want to be. You know? I find that maybe it's just overthinking and all of that. And yeah, you know. Still, we're gonna continue. I'm sorry for the interruption, but it just made me think quite a lot there, actually. You know? Yeah, sorry for that. You held your head up too high. Neil immediately looked down up to my beauty. This is the end of the super born in human history, Elizabeth Bathory. Idol, such a lovely sound it makes. She was meant for not to be adorable, and it's her job to indulge one. If you're going to apologize too much, I never want to apologize in too. I mean, I was in the fault too. Actually, there isn't a single good thing going on with me. Oh. But I'm really repenting here, you know? I know I would probably never be forgiven, but I still want to help. So don't be scared of me, because I'm really going to sing my best. I'm not going to squeeze out the blood or anything like that anymore. Well, why couldn't they actually more compiling about this, you know, that here it's obvious, and that is what I want to see with many of the others, like Columbus, for example. It doesn't mean that, like, oh, now we are good, but showing that they know what they did. They could have written it up here. Now we went on a rant, unnecessary. So she knows she really actually did a lot of awful things, and she wants to redeem herself and becoming an idol and stuff like that. If they have written that much earlier, it would explain so much more. Or maybe I just missed it because I'm reading it wrong or something like that. But yeah, that do much more actually, in my opinion, you know. That they know about what they did and all the horrible things they do or would do, so to speak. And they're trying to be like, you know, I don't want to be that. I'm trying to repent from that, you know. Much better. A real historical figure. Born in 56, he died 1614. Born in the house of Bathory, a noble house of Hungary, who had made the dragon fangs their crest. She is related with the one who had become the model of the vampire Dracula, Vlad III of Wallachia. She herself is the model for Joseph Charan Le Faneuse mystery novel Vampire Carmilla. I mean, I knew they were somehow related to, like, Vlad and all of that, because, you know, Uncle Vlad. The House of Bathory was a noble family possessing influence in most Eastern Europe range. On top of that, she also drew lineage from the House of Habsburg, truly lineage that can be said to be thoroughbred noble. We know how that goes. Inbreeding, holy shit. However, the House of Bathory continuous marriage and luxury environment makes many of them to be mad and atrocious. Elizabeth is no exception. Her name had become known throughout the world for her heinous act. For her, preserving her beauty is a must. In Chechy Castle, in her personal territory, what is known as modern Slovakia, she has slaughtered no less than 600 women! All of them had their blood squeezed out, and she made a bath of it. Dude! Yikes! Man, they're making like Blackbeard appearing like a good guy. Holy shit. Pushing aside the other servants, she managed to appear 3 times in the main story in her first, second, and 5th chapter. And in the Halloween, she is appearing way too much, haven't she? In the story, she appearing pretty much a running gag already. She responds only to the protagonist with a special nickname, just like how she does to the protagonist of Fate Extra CCC as Puppy/Kitten. Oh, I like kittens. But yeah, she appeared literally everywhere, doesn't she? In Fate Extra CCC, she appeared with Tosakarina as a master, although she kept on being defeated by the protagonist, reappearing again and again as she changed master and class. And at last even ends up making Conrad Temple as the protagonist's servant. Even FGO, she goes all out in showing that guts of hers to keep on appearing like that. Okay, I guess they're living up to that thing. Connection with other characters. Nero, a rival whom she sympathized with in shared mind and opinion as an idol. Basically, an idol friend. Vlad, the fed up Apocrypha version, actually a relative of her, and they share connection as fellow vampires as well. She is emotionally attached to this version of Vlad Third, who exudes dignity as noble quite immensely. So I know that is true or not, but apparently... Vlad the Impaler Draco was the Prince of Wallachia in 48, 15, and in... man, he split up. Draco married his first a Transylvanian noblewoman. His second wife was Ilona Sislagi, daughter of Mihalagi Sislagi, Dracula's cousin. Ah, sweet inbreeding, yes. And a relative of Matthias Corvinus, king of Hungary. Dracula entertained a Polish nobleman, Benedict de Boyfort. Ah, Boyfort sounds like becoming Bathory. An ambassador of Mafia Corvinus in his own home. Dracula was the great uncle of Elizabeth Bathory. Yeah. Could be something like an unconfirmed legend, that, and they make it as in Nurseverse. I mean, Nurseverse, they do their own thing there, definitely. Even though Elizabeth's first entry with her last concert sort of costume, and they tend to make it kind of god and somewhat in bad taste. I'm pretty satisfied in regard with the results, but when the game was implemented, and you apparently couldn't choose your battle sprite after Ascension, I got surprised and was like, oh shit. Thank God we now got to choose which sprite we use. Thank you very much, development team. Aw. I mean, I'm gonna say, I feel like... ouch, my back is hurting me. Elizabeth Bathory is an okay character, man. I mean, obviously, she's definitely not by no means any of my favorites, actually. She's pretty far down. But it's because I find it... and the more I'm reading about her here, actually, the more I get confused, actually. Like, they're trying all this, like, turning her to this sweet, amazing pop idol and all of that. And she's actually... I mean... this entire squeezing the blood out shit and all that, I wouldn't mind it as much if she actually didn't have those skills yet, because I could assume that is what she would gain as Carmilla, so to speak, when she become older. So they could actually change that to something else instead, you know? But now it is obviously a very contradiction to what they're trying to do with her, like this idol and all of that. Even if she obviously is trying to be like repenting for all of these things she did, which I think is making her a little bit more interesting character, actually. But I do feel in general like it is lots of clashing in her character, you know, that makes her like it's I'm feeling a little bit too confusing to my taste. But in general, though, I think, I mean, like design wise, I think it's she have like this is like, I think it's very cute design. Seriously, very cute. It's also cute. I mean, she looks like a really neat character and all of that. And I have the like little ribbon on the tail. I don't know why. I think that is just very cute and all. And there mostly is that what I think is a little bit contradictory is the entire, like, she likes to torture, and she have this yeah, these abilities, which I think would actually fit more with you know, having other abilities instead. And not to mention that, I mean, obviously her music counts as torture, so... And if it was actually at rank A, she possesses an excellent technique for torture, I would assume pretty much everyone that actually would be mentally scarred forever. I mean, I know it's a running gag in the FGO verse and all that, you know, with like, oh no, we can't go and listen again. But I think it actually, if it was to be serious what this actually is, that it would actually be an probably a permanent trauma that legit would probably damage someone for life. I wouldn't be surprised at all, actually, considering it's torture technique A, and A is pretty fucking high. But yeah, in general, she's an okay servant. I have her myself, actually, but it's nothing I'm really like, oh, I'm gonna need to use. I always forget that I actually have her. And yeah, I personally actually think caramel is better, but that's just me, cause. So, but yes, that will be for me and this Thursday. Thank you everyone for joining, and I hope you all will have a continued super great day.